Stop them.
So this is what I'm saying. I know what you're getting at. There's one side of the coin. I've never voted Labour in my life, I'll tell you that now. I'll never will. But what I'm doing for what I do, you can't have the ideal situation. I put it into football. You might want to play for Man United, but you're not good enough, you can't. So you play with someone else. You've got to play with your best team. What's there?
I remember the days when you used to have to be like a good character to be in these positions, you know. Now you've just got people who've been locked up, got criminal convictions and stuff, you know, they're standing for these
Yeah, we've
positions.
got Shaw
It's
Independent
ridiculous.
standing who had a drink drive conviction. How was that right?
Well, in my view it's not.
Shouldn't be allowed to stand there.
Anybody
There
who's
should be
got
something in place to
convictions
stop
shouldn't,
that sort of thing.
even if it's spent.
But them are the laws of the land, they're not the laws of Oldham Council. The jurisdiction on who can stand in an election is not set by Oldham Council.
No, but they should
It's
have.
set.
There should be standards because they used to have standards.
Yeah, well, there is standards. And what are you going to do about the councillor's code of conduct and the Nolan principles that they don't adhere to?
Well, I can answer that because through my town council work, I've been an outside body on the standards committee, and it is a bit lapse, yeah. It needs booking up, and that's
It's
something
more
I
than
want
a
to do
bit
when I get
lapse.
in there.
They just don't
Nobody
answer
follows
any,
it.
any letters. I've got a queue of letters that haven't been answered for 2 years.
Well, that I don't know about, obviously.
I've actually got a siren now to find out why they haven't answered them. But that's wrong. It means when you make a complaint about somebody, they don't answer it.
Subject access request.
They do
For
have
all the
meetings and
information,
stuff,
all the
but
information they've got on you
and they had a couple
personally.
of
Yeah.
meetings cancelled this year.
From
I must
whichever
admit.
body,
But if,
party.
I'm just letting
Yeah.
Well, everybody
Oh,
stands
please.
by that.
Oh,
The council
I see.
Because you
workers.
sign a code of conduct, and
Yeah.
I firmly believe you should act by that, live by that code of conduct.
Well, we get told that Mr. Ince don't live by that. He's
Well,
got his own
and this will
code.
be something I will be working on. It needs
Yeah.
working on at town council level as well. That is a code of conduct you're signed. That's your oath to what you want to do, whether it be volunteer or paid through all.
You see it every time you watch a council meeting. They're arguing, shouting,
Yes.
disgusting. It's like kids. And they've got a code of conduct, yet nobody does anything about it. Ruchar completely ignores it when you make a complaint, because I've written to her several
the last
times.
meeting I went to, and it's a cross-party, the standards committee is a cross-party committee, I'll just add, and it has outside bodies and independent bodies on it as well. And at the last one, they are drafting out new policies to, because the standards also apply to officers treat, council street officers.
Yeah.
And so they're rolling out new drafts of how they can sort of
Change
gain
it.
information back. Questionnaires. Officers are very reluctant to complain against councils.
People aren't really interested how they can ask questions back. We want to know why we can't ask questions and get answers to them. They just blank you. We fought for that.
There's freedom of information, and they've got a time period they've got to reply on.
Well, they don't reply.
They don't.
It's as simple as
Even
that.
Tony doesn't reply.
So, well,
You
that
can't
means
get them
we're
past
voting out.
Shaw Council, never mind bloody Oldham Council.
In my view, we reply within the required time.
No, you don't.
If it's relevant.
Well, what's relevant?
Whatever
Well,
he
it's
decides
got
is
to be town
relevant.
council business, because I do know
It's
we
a
do
certain,
get
it's
some,
a specific.
we do get some,
Well,
shall we
working
say,
It doesn't
days.
have to be town council business, because
No,
when you
but
go
we
to
just
Shaw,
said if it's relevant.
when you go to
decide if
Shaw
it's
and they
relevant.
won't answer your question,
have to
then you
answer
have to
it.
go to town council.
So it's town council, but they do get a lot of freedom of information, which are directed at the Shawcroft Independence, so we said,
Yeah,
and that's not.
but you don't answer them.
No, because it's what they do as an independent body. If
It's a very, very grey
Yeah,
area
it's
though.
a grey
isn't it?
area.
It is,
And
but-
from
Yeah,
what
and
I've
Shaw
read,
we
Independence
say-
play on
and,
that.
and I was tempted to put it in my leaflet, but if you've read my leaflets tonight, you'll notice that I have been in town council for 3 years. I've served in every committee. I've been chairman. I've been. I do a lot. I believe I do a lot for town council.
Yeah, but not Shaw Council.
That's short town.
No,
council.
that's what it is, Shaw Council.
yeah,
So if you look at my leaflets,
it's a town now.
some of the achievements other people are claiming, I'm not putting there because, yeah, I'm part of that, but I'm doing it on my own. That's a group of people. So you'll see in there, what's in that is what I think I give. I'm not naming my achievements to the town council with other people. Now, I could have done, and I know others do. But that's it, that's the type of person I am. And I'm hoping you get to tonight, I'm a different person, what you think other people might be, or even what you think I want of me. I know we're all not going to agree, and that's a certainly, you know what I mean? But, yeah.
Go on.
I forgot what I was going to ask. I'm really, really tired, sorry.
Don't worry, don't worry.
So, And I have got other questions to ask after, but
Yeah,
while we're
fine.
talking about this, you've known that there's a rot in the Sean Crompton Independence and Shaw Council. I just wondered why it's took you so long to step away.
Well, I have stepped away at the moment. It's been fractured for 12 months for myself.
So
You
was it?
personally,
Hang on, Stuart.
possible.
Hang on.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Just
it's
I just
fine,
want
I
to get
think-
me.
Stuart,
You have a go.
let Lee answer.
Yeah.
Question.
Just to add to that,
Yeah.
I know when Lisa put a statement out.
Must be a mate of this.
Was it
A
March?
good mate.
Right, hang
Was
on.
it? No, let's not do this.
Question at a time and I'll take
Was it March 2025 or March? Was it a? Right. So you knew that you were going to leave in March 2025. You've been thinking about
Yeah.
stepping away then.
So we had meetings and we had sort of like, people said, yeah, things need to change.
Yeah.
So, as I do with anything in life, I'll give people an opportunity to change.
But
And
you
if they
didn't tell
don't-
anybody else. You just.
No, we
I informed the leader. No, excuse me, you're speaking on it's mine.
No, you did have to.
Well, you,
Yeah, because I don't. It was Lisa's
then,
post that I
Yeah,
saw.
so I informed the leader, and it's up to the leader of the of that group to.
Is that
to
Mark
make-
Ince?
You know, was Alicia Dunn.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Sorry, I get
You know what I mean?
confused.
So I'll pass my
Right.
views over, and we have to be very careful with some stuff with the town council as well. But we've come to breaking point, and that's it. It's not something I want to dwell on really.
I
I'll
know.
give you a bit about the Sean Crompton Independence, which was started as a residents group, and when we got together, yeah, we were very naive in what we were doing as a group and everything. So yeah, we got elected and yeah, did really well. We were all chuffed to bits. We're out there, we do a lot of community work, but I've seen that dwindle. We've got the town council, and I've got to admit, all I've been doing last year, it's been town council work. It's not been Sean Crompton Independence. To me, it's this body of people that doesn't really exist, because I did bring up early on that we need to gain membership, we need some structures, we need terms of reference, we need all sorts to be a residents group, the constitution, and none of that
No,
is part of the Sean Crompton Independence. So I
There's
feel
no-
it's a bit
no
of a
code.
non-entity, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I can't go that way, 'cause I just
Yeah.
don't know what I'm talking
Because
about.
I did
when I'm
email.
saying it.
I did email the Sean Crompton Independence
Yeah,
email
so that's
address
been-
and
so
asked
to
about
me, that
the
is
constitution.
It's not really, it's a group of residents, yeah, but we could form a group of residents tonight called the Red Beer Man.
Yeah, and you won't get our vote.
And
There's
then.
no
that's a-
rules to stick
and
to,
that-
is there?
and that-
Well, there is actually.
No,
well,
if there's
no.
no constitution.
And that's as
Yeah.
far as it's gone with that, in my view.
You've got to have a constitution.
Well, you don't have to, no,
And
because
you,
you're just a
do
residents
have
group.
to.
No, as a group, no.
You
Well,
do
you do
as
if
a
you want
group.
to, if you want to
It's a
pretend you're
residents
this
group,
big,
don't have
big
to.
organisation, yes you do.
A residents group you don't have to, but a group that's...
It is a residents group, it's tabled as a residents
well,
group.
you put it as a residents group, but it isn't. I've read all about
Anyway,
it.
so
Yeah.
that's where it stands with me. It's not really moved on. I thought it was a great thing to start with, but it's not really moved on for me.
Right.
So, with personal differences and other issues which are not town council issues, the personal excess, so I won't talk about those. And we've stepped away because I think I can represent better without, shall we say, a sideshow, which
I'm
sort
not
of
saying you
come
can't,
along with other
honestly.
people.
But now you have to prove to us you can.
Well, you've got
I
to give us a
voted
chance-
for Lisa last
You've
time.
got to give us a chance to prove, haven't you? But I know what you're going to say about this is going to be, and I'll come to you in a minute soon. It's going to be a really tricky election. I don't think anybody
It's
could
going to be
able to
ridiculous.
forecast who's going to be in power at Oldham Council, how many of one party's going to be there. We've got the reform vote. This is going to make a lot of mess. We've got independence against independence, and we've obviously got the major parties as well. We've got the Green vote, which is upcoming. This is going to be really tricky for everybody. So I don't know where it's going to take me. Confidence levels, I don't know. Like I said, I've got to prove it, but I think I've done my experiences with my work as a town councillor, and I'll challenge people to tell me that I haven't worked hard as a volunteer for that. I'll challenge that. So anyway, so question.
I was just going to say, it's great what you can do for Sean Crompton as a town councillor. I
Yeah,
think so. It's great, you know, it's good. But when you get to Oldham, say if you get in, and Lisa's already there, there's only two of you.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a big, well, she knows. It's a big difference
that, and
up
that's what-
there. And, you know, anything that you propose and that, unless you attach yourself to another group, You're not going to get
You've
anywhere.
got, yeah, well, there's certain
And
groups
that's
that,
basically what
Right, well,
they
through
Yeah.
the-
for, isn't it?
through the attachment, what was made last year.
Yeah.
Right. So, our town has had significant amounts of funding.
Yeah.
It's had a lot, it's had £800,000 of funding in total, just from the regeneration grant.
How long's that?
But people need to, people need to know that you've had that. They don't know
Well,
and
no.
where it's been spent.
Well, some bits here, which is
you know
ideal
what I
to talk
mean?
about, this club's getting a loan. The town council is having a project up High Crompton. Like I said, I won't claim that on my leaflets, because it's been a joint effort. But, so we've got that there, you've got Duckdale's Christian Centre got money out of it, Comrades, Bowler Lane.
Yeah, all the little projects,
All
for
projects,
different
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So the money's been taken up that way, has it?
Yeah, so
And
it's
was
not
that
just
the
a,
money that they got when they basically joined with
no,
Labour
it's
a little
government
bit?
money, it's government money, because the government is in like the same rosette, shall we say, at government level as the same at council level. That money is filtered down this year. 14 years it's never come to Oldham. It's the first time. And we got a big chunk of it. And that was a lot down to the allegiances made. I'm saying allegiance is the right
Yeah, it
word.
was, it
It's
was.
down
You
to
would've got
it.
it
But
otherwise.
what's the point of being there, like you said, if you can't access this
Well,
funding if it's
yeah.
there? So like I said, you can't always have what you want, but you've got to sort of,
You've got to weigh
you've
up.
got to negotiate
Yeah, you
in
do.
some way to get what
You do.
for your town. Might not be your 100% view what you've got, but it's a means to an end. Now, so next year it's going to be really tricky.
It is.
It's going to be really tricky at Oldham. So, if the Labour don't get in, shall we say, your favourite small poll at the moment are the Oldham Group Coalition.
I know what that isn't.
And now I won't personally work with the Oldham Group as they're standing out now, because their major policies, what they're putting out there, and I'm not saying racist in any way, but they're Muslim only.
I know.
The campaigns are Muslim talk. We are, right, I'll give you my firm belief here now, we are a multicultural society. We're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Well,
But our history and our culture is a Christian country. And that's when people come and live here in this country, that's, they should, although we accept their religions, we respect it, but our main focus should be, we are a Christian country, that's our historical values. So I will not be working with people who are solely talking about Muslim-only cemeteries,
you couldn't.
Muslim-only car insurances.
You couldn't.
Now, it's not relevant in Shaw anyway, but that is not the way forward, that's division that. The sectarian,
Very
the
relevant.
sectarian then.
Eventually.
It's that way, but I don't want to dwell on that, but I'm just saying, no, if they are
Yeah, that's what I mean.
their power, I will not be going to end the table with them, I'll be in opposition.
Right.
I'd say the problem with that is that when most people vote for you, they vote
Yeah.
thinking you are going to represent their decisions.
Yeah, but I can't vote, yes, they won't fit my decisions, but
But-
like I said,
To everybody, it seems like nobody represented us. They just joined with the Labour Party.
I think it's going to be a really big uphill battle for you because
gonna
of
be
what
tough,
happened
yeah.
3 years
If
ago.
I'm perfectly honest, I think the people responsible are Lisa and Mark Hints that you're in this position now, because they had such support when they were standing, and they got the support of everybody, and then they let them all down because they promised. I've got emails off Mark Hints assuring me that he wouldn't support Arut Shah, and then he went and turned, and they've offended the majority in this town, and you are going to pay the price for that, I think.
well,
You know.
that'll be seen, but what I'm saying to you, and I know people...
But can
go
I just
about
also ask though, just something else I want to clear up is that secret meeting, why you were involved in that at the
Because I was
council?
part of a group, the independent group there, and I was involved, it was invited meeting, it's not a secret meeting, I was invited to go to that meeting.
By
I was an
whom?
advisor of Lisa and Mark. So it wasn't
So
a secret
you-
meeting, it wasn't a secret meeting, all people that had those meetings.
But you were in a
they didn't
position,
film
I just
everybody
wanted
else,
to
they
know
make it
what
public.
position you were in for you to be involved in it.
Can I say something?
Well, I'm invited to go,
I
by
whom?
the administration,
Which administration?
the current administration, what was at the time.
But you weren't
Labour.
elected councillor, were
No,
you?
that's right.
It doesn't matter, I was invited to go.
Anybody can be invited.
But don't you see how that
get an
looks?
invite, you could get an invite off anybody to go.
But it
speak
don't
to
look. It
people.
didn't
It
look
doesn't
good,
look
did
very
it?
good,
That was the
that.
problem.
Lies.
No, they can invite you and you could go in, so what would that be a secret meeting?
Well, I just
Well,
find it
if
strange
the
that you
meeting
go
didn't
to
come
that
out-
meeting. Sorry, go on.
So if
Sorry.
the meeting didn't come out, it'd be a secret meeting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what's
Well,
happened
there
with
was
you.
a lot of people secret meetings up there then.
Well, you could release that
But
now
it's
because
just
everybody
that
wants to know.
That one was illegally videoed, shall we say, and released.
Right, I think
Oh, yeah, we'll just-
you made a few mistakes, you Lisa. You were just finding your teeth at the time. You've learned that, hopefully like Mark into the snake,
Well,
and that's it.
Allegedly.
Hopefully just move on from that.
well, just to answer that
And
then.
I wish you all the best.
Yeah,
going
no, I know
forward.
about that. And like I said, some of the decisions you have to make are controversial. They won't suit everybody. So
Like
people
finding
said we
people.
sold out. But what we did, we looked at the other side of that coin. I'll just get back to you, Billy, 1 second with that. We looked at the other side of that coin. If it wasn't Labour, who it was going to be? And again, it was an absolute mishmash, chaos of coalitions that was incapable of running the town to any level.
And
Now
we've
they've
got
all
one
split
now.
up. They've all split up now. These people who are in these different parties, they're all in different parties. It shows they've got no allegiance.
Yeah, but everybody does that though.
You know
We,
what I mean?
we were
Yeah.
hoping we were voting to people who'd stick by the word and
So it
do what we
it
wanted.
was Labour out. That's it. Full stop. No
Yeah.
matter what happens.
Can I just pull you up there because you just said we thought, so when the decision was made to back Aroo Shah, you just said we, but you weren't involved in, you weren't a councillor then, were you?
yeah.
I wasn't a councillor, no, but I was part of the group, Shongropt Independence.
In what position? I
I
just
wa-
find it,
I
I'm
was-
just trying to
yeah.
get my head around why you were
I
involved
was
in
an
it.
advisor then, shall we say I was an advisor?
Well,
I was big man.
if you just want to pluck a name out of
Well, I
there,
was an advisor then, yeah.
it's all dodgy to me, I'll tell you now, it's all
Dodgy.
very dodgy.
Well, if you've got anything much dodgy,
You know.
if you know anything of dodgy, and I don't know what career you're in, if you've got anything dodgy,
What
then
ca-
please.
you- go on then, what career am I in?
The police.
Who's told you I'm in the police?
Oh, no, I don't know. So if you're not, I apologise if you're not.
Have you been arrested? Have you been
Not today.
arrested and convicted?
Not today.
But you have been in the past. Have you ever been arrested for anything that you'd like to tell anybody about?
No, not here to talk about that.
But you have been
Convictions
arrested and
respect.
you've got convictions.
A lot of people have.
Yeah.
You can't speak
There you go.
about it.
The only reason I'm asking
What I'm
is
saying
because
to you is,
you did that on
If you've got
Sunday.
anything of corruption which you're labelling up here.
No,
and
but
over there,
Lisa,
you've
I'm
got
telling
evidence.
you.
No, not talk to Lisa, please.
No, but I am, because you did that on Sunday. You don't like it being done, but you did it on Sunday.
No, I've put my hand up to...
No, you were
ask a
telling her
question.
about, going on about, and you intimated about her drink driving.
Yeah.
And that was very unprofessional to do that in a meeting. And now I'm asking here,
can do
you
what
don't
you want.
like it.
No, but what I'm saying
Right, well-
is, you jump
I
on-
just
sorry,
want to,
Lisa.
I'm grateful you've clarified that you've got convictions, because
I
that's,
haven't got convictions spent.
well, you've been, well, you know, but you were arrested and you were convicted. So I'm just grateful because, like I said, that's the, the character for the people.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me, I've got,
Right, so yeah. So going back to you, Bill, sorry. Yeah, so you said we made a few mistakes, yeah. But like I said, it's the other side of this coin
Who
which
hasn't
people
made
have
a
not.
few mistakes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I get that. If people make mistakes in all walks of life. And it's very hard to represent a lot of different people as well. That's really hard, because you never want to, even if they're your supporters, you still can't please one another. And you'll know as married couples and stuff like that, you never always on the, you think you're together all the time, but you're always somewhere you're not there
Well,
with,
I've
yeah.
got to go home, yeah.
Well, yeah. But what I'm saying is,
Tell her.
this main conversation is getting back to Labour, propping Labour up. The other side of the coin was so important. The other side of that coin. What would it have been? Where would we be?
Well, we don't know.
I don't think you have
No, we
to.
don't know. But
You don't have to
they
prop
might have
somebody
started
up.
looking at things and saying, "Hang on, they're not voting for us. These people, they're not siding with us. Why aren't they siding?" And they might then decided to give Shaw a bit more.
Well, we got. I don't know how much more we can give you out of that regeneration.
But what did
not,
we get?
Not me.
Because-
Wait. We got 800,000 out of a million.
Yeah, but what did we do with it?
He's just told
It just told us it's many different small projects and one large
Yeah,
project.
but you haven't told us what projects they were.
Well, some of
They
them,
just
some
said
of them
one.
are private
No,
communities.
he's just said many.
Private communities.
No, no,
Okay,
Charlie,
bring
he's
that
just
way.
said
If it's
it.
public money, why is it going to private communities?
Community groups, constitutionalised groups. That's what it's for. Like places like this, Comrades, Dovetails, the Scouts in Rowan got some groups like this.
What's it called? Friends of Crompton Moor.
Frederick Compton Moore, they got
quite a lot of
quite a
money.
lot of money, so it's 6 figures something.
So the money has been distributed out to all these.
Was that specifically for Shaw Parish Town
No,
Council?
No, we had the town council bid. The others weren't town, the other one town council.
So was it
did.
district funding you got, or was it?
It was regeneration.
For
grant,
Shaw
government
and
sent-
Crompton.
Given to Oldham Council to distribute.
No, but the money that you said that were distributed round here, was it specifically Shaw and Crompton
Shaw and Crompton.
and Royton?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So, and we got a good balance of it, shall we say?
Definitely.
Which is, I think services have improved personally, that because we've got people who can affect these changes quicker, and I know we should all be able to get to it where we can say, but, you know, emergency pothole repairs, fly tipping, I know Lisa gets rid of a lot of that stuff on a daily basis. Not gets rid of it personally, but as an effect to get rid of it. Get some emergency repairs done. These things happen, gullies, when they're necessary and needed, they get done.
Excuse me.
But I know there's another side of the coin, and I'll tell you, that side of the coin will be at the bottom of the pit next year if you want to go with some of them.
No, it's opinions.
Can I just go back a little bit, please?
You can.
Earlier on, you said that there was an illegal film made of that council meeting with
Video.
the video.
Audio, I should have said.
What made it illegal, please?
Well, it was in a public building, it shouldn't
Oh,
be,
in it.
it was, well, illegal, I think it was illegal, don't you?
No.
It wasn't illegal.
No.
No, well, I think it was
It was
illegal for me, and I think there should have been more punishment than apologies.
Next question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Are you willing to make it public yet?
Public what?
The audio.
The agreement.
We didn't audio it, so.
The agreement that was made with the Shaw and Crompton Independents and Oldham Town Council.
Labour.
Labour Council, sorry.
The Labour administration
Yeah.
Yeah.
of the town council.
That's what
Labour
everybody
Council.
wants to know.
We know
Everywhere
everything,
I've been.
Yeah, well, that agreement, like I said, I wasn't there on the signing of any agreement, as long as any agreement was signed.
But
You were the one that said,
No,
where
that
do we
was-
sign?
That was initial meeting.
But you were the one that said, where do we sign? On the
On the
audio.
audio.
Well, I was not heard of it, never.
It weren't.
It was.
No, it weren't.
Well, they're only Mark.
It's like no, it weren't.
They're only Mark
Well,
and Harry
in that
Catheter
case, If it
there.
wasn't you, why can't you make it public? Exonerate
People
yourself.
have been asking for years. Well, a year.
It's a fair question, Lee.
There was a certain things, and there was sort of agreements made of two things we're not to vote against with Labour, and that's it.
And you can't
A
say
vote
what
of
they
no
are.
confidence and budget. That's it. Anything else is a free rein. And for that, we got what we got, and we got a lot of something back to our town. Now, these things won't be coming from other people who you obviously want in
Yeah.
power.
But do you not
Won't be
think
coming-
that?
nothing will be coming?
Do you not feel like you sold your souls by doing it? Because it made you all very, very unpopular.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to be popular.
No, you
Now,
don't.
to be popular, just
Independent
not to say
means
it.
independently.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't mean popular, does it?
I would never ever sign with another party. If I were independent, I were independent.
But then there's nothing coming, like you said. And
Yeah, you have your
what's the-
independent
what's the-
voice and your
what's the
independent
point? What's the
vote.
point? Sometimes you get
There's
to
always a
what's the point.
point. You don't go
Well, then
independent
the
if you're going to go in with
decision's
somebody
made,
else.
and I think I've been forthright with it today, so.
Okay.
Can I
Yeah.
just say something?
Yeah, can I ask a
So-
question if you want, yeah?
No, I just want to say, because it is being asked quite a lot.
Yeah.
So when we went to the regeneration evening for the awards night, the council leader did a speech, and she stated that had we not have gone into a working agreement with Labour, and she said there was 4 independents that did it, this money would not have come to Oldham. It would not have come in.
There's no money for any of all of them.
If let's say
4.2
our
million.
sides had been in power, it had been a Labour government. So the Labour government would not have sent money to Oldham.
It was
It's
four,
as simple
right.
as that.
It was 4.2 we got in our ward, but it was 4.2 to the old borough, which is a sizable amount of money
And
to
there is more
social
money
and
coming.
community groups.
Yeah, there isn't there?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I say, you can't always have exactly what you want, because it just doesn't work sometimes.
And I'll also,
Right.
no, can I say,
One
I'll
more
also,
thing,
just
yeah.
think it's
I'll also say,
ridiculous.
like, I have never, ever voted Labour in my life. Never. Do you know I used to vote with
Right.
Navesey Shaw?
Well, I used to vote Labour, but then the only time I've ever voted anybody else was for you.
But then the only, and then what I will say is, a lot of politics is, and I will call it politics, I don't like other people say, no, it's not politics, yeah, we are. Once you get to a certain level, it is very political. Whether it is politics, so, but you get people saying it's not. We're residents, you know, you put it ends up, you end up with politics. But what I'll say is, where I start from as a resident group, I didn't get into politics. It was politics what got into me because things weren't going right. So, whichever way, sometimes to get things to go a bit better, then sometimes that means we've got to be taken. But so there we are. We've got any other questions?
I'd like to ask something.
Go on, then.
When we very first came to Shaw, back to Shaw,
Yeah.
we went to the council meeting, you remember?
Oh, we
And
went
it
to a
was
lot.
about, yeah, but it was about St Paul's.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And we were representing residents and they'd asked us to represent
Yes,
them.
they did, yeah.
Yeah. So when we represented them, we had an appointment with Lisa,
Okay.
who said that she'd be happy to help us, and at first she was happy to help us. And the very first meeting we had was in the Shea Wake, and Mark Ince turned up out of the blue
Right, okay.
and offered his help too.
First time we'd ever met him.
Then I realised that Mark Ince may have had a conflict of interest because he was actually the chair of the planning committee. And when I read about it, in the future, they could have objected to that. So I said, no more Mark Ince.
No,
We didn't want to be involved with him.
But as soon, 2 days later, he started slagging us off on the internet. It's gone on for 2 years.
it's not his somewhere today, Charlie.
No,
Yeah.
I
I'm
know.
afraid.
No, I know, I understand that, but I'm talking
That
about
might
the
be as
independent. I'm not talking about him.
vilified as well,
I'm
but I
talking
don't
about,
know.
talking about everyone.
Yeah, go on, St Paul's, yeah.
And
It's a
then
chicken-
Lisa was supposed to help us.
Lisa did help us some.
So odd times,
Yeah.
but when it came to the important things, she didn't.
Well, all I know of that is before Lisa was elected town council, and we used to do a lot of work on this, the St Paul's, with the stone going missing and stuff like that, and the illegal work starting.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know for a fact who put the first report in and
Yeah.
got the work stopped, and it was this lady here.
Yeah,
But
I
we were
understand
supposed to
that.
work together, and then it felt like we were fighting
Do
against
you know how many
each other.
meetings we actually got with Oldham Council? Or none with the owners of the church, and everybody kept promising meeting after
Well,
meeting.
they wasn't-
Mark Ince,
It
Lisa.
wasn't willing to meet, I believe, weren't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, they were willing to go to their door with every
And
They
there
came
was
to
always
my
an
front
excuse.
door.
We had
That's-
we had
I
meetings
can
set up, and the day before meetings they were always cancelled.
Well, what I'll say on St Paul's, to give you my views, yeah, it's an absolute shambles.
It is.
It's an absolute shambles. And I don't accept that they were naive, they didn't know what they were buying.
You can't accept that.
That's what's been said. Right, they're saying about stone and all that, and what they should, it's been pinched, didn't get pinched.
I've got a
It's been
statement from
filtered
somebody
away
who
and all
saw them taking the windows away and asked
Yeah.
them what they were doing with
that.
them.
Yeah, so it's been really, really badly mismanaged.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would say it's been illegally mismanaged because
Yeah,
who said we'll let you off?
I don't know. I've
Yeah.
no idea about that.
Well, I asked the leader of the council who said we'll let you off, and I got no answer. But
Well,
the
at
only
the
people who could have let them off is the CPS and the judge, and none of them were involved in it.
Now, I
And
know,
that's the
I
law.
know they've got an order on now to do what they've got to do within this order in a time, and it's been said they've got to clear the front up, they've got the railings to sort out, they've got the graves at the front, they've got to stack the stone correctly in certain places. I've seen the drawing, we've seen the drawing. They're not doing it, are they?
But why is
Well, they're not
planning
doing it,
still?
but-
Why has it not gone to
Plus,
planning
they've
yet?
still got the time to do this. They've
Why has it not
started
gone
the
to
work,
planning
you see.
yet?
What they did, and I'll tell you now, and it was on a Sunday night. On a Sunday night, they started clearing the bushes up.
Yeah, because we went
So-
down and they attacked
Yeah.
us.
Right. So should have reported them.
We
We
did.
did.
Right. To the police.
We got a video
Yeah.
of it as well.
Police won't come. They went to mosque instead.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but they've got a time lapse then, what they've got to do. So they've got this legal framework they can work with. Now, are they stretching it? Most probably. But I do know, since then, we've had section 15? 215, sorry, I apologise. What was it? So section 215 put on these buildings for a clean-up act for rodents and stuff like that. And they're still not acting, so it's going to have to go again and again. I work in construction.
They have started
It started
it.
last
I work in
weekend.
construction, and I know gentlemen over there does. We know how building sites should run. They should be properly fenced off. They should be made to look sympathetic to the neighbourhood. Yeah. So.
But why has it
and
not
they
gone
should
to the
say-
planning committee yet? It's been like 4 years.
Well, that's up to they've got planning for what they've got planning for.
It's falling apart.
I know, that's what they want.
Of course it is.
Well, they could want it, but you're letting them have
Right,
it.
so that's it, and I tell you what, just do read him a leaflet, because yeah, I'm quite passionate about that.
I'm very
That
passionate
shouldn't
about
that
it.
shouldn't be like it is. And I've still to this day put a lot of blame with for the Methodist Church there, because the stuff that the things they could have done to make that a better
You
sale.
know when you
They
sign
shouldn't sell
that,
it to people, a building of that historical nature, to people who can't look after it.
you know when they sign that agreement, it don't matter whether they can look after it or not.
Well, no,
They
it
should have been
been-
fined and fined and fined,
Yeah.
and you should have had work done yourselves, and you should have put the bill onto them, and if they couldn't pay it, take it back, because people wanted that site who would have done the work.
But that's gone by that now. But
Well, it's not gone by
what it is,
because
they've got what they want in my view, that church. They've got what they need, and the other bits of the building are a bit of an extra, which they don't really want, and they don't know what to do, and they haven't got money for it.
But they're knocking down walls in the nursery and they've not got planning yet.
Yeah.
Well,
Right, you're correct with that.
That answers it all.
The
Well,
Methodist Church-
can we just let the gentleman speak?
The Methodist Church just let it go to rack.
you can't blame the Methodist
Don't
Church.
blame, well, they had an hand in it.
Yeah.
No, I would say
Shaw
that
Council-
Can you
you
just
can't blame them at
Shaw
all.
Council should have got involved earlier when all the slates were missing and everything, pictures were in it and everything. It just falling to pieces.
And I think you'll tell yourself, if you leave a building on its own devices, within 10, 15 years, it will take itself to the ground.
Exactly.
Am I correct there? And that's what was trying to, so there is a lot of work needed on that, and I'll be happy to.
Well, that's the
if
planning.
If I didn't get elected, you know what I mean?
That's the planning department's job, not the Methodist Church and
But
and not
the
yours.
initial stages, I do think the Methodists could have had a better, should
I
have
know
had
what
a
you're
better
saying, but
responsibility.
it happens to every church that, but they don't allow them everywhere
Oh,
to
aye.
do what they want.
Yeah, you know.
And
Some
it
of
was
these
a,
churches-
it was a
these
criminal offence
You
what
have
was
money as well,
created. It
you have money
wasn't.
as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know. So I do blame them for letting it happen here. So yeah, I'm near enough to total agreement with you.
Yeah,
on that.
but it was a criminal offence. That it wasn't a council matter.
Well, they was fined on the occasion when it was highlighted.
They didn't go to court even.
They got fined, no?
No, they didn't get fined in
No,
court.
they didn't.
They definitely didn't. We went to both. We talked to the judge twice. She
I was
asked
in
us,
contact with Lisa
as
all day.
representatives of the residents of Shaw. She asked us into court, asked us why we were there, and we explained to her, and she was not happy. She said, "I've never heard of anybody getting off a criminal offence being let off by a council."
I don't know whether you can answer that then.
No. So what I wanted to add, I don't know whether any of you are aware, but there were notices on the building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The other week.
March,
for
Yeah.
clean up.
and
Yeah.
I've been in contact with Oldham Council regarding that, because I said the time has lapsed and nothing has been done, so don't think I'm not doing anything.
They have-
no.
they have
I am
done-
still.
We're not on about that. It's just
They've cleaned the front
they're
up.
getting away with it.
And pushing that they saw that building out.
They've started on Sunday.
So it's not that I'm not bothering, I am heavily involved and putting pressure on planning at Oldham.
See, my view on that, it is their responsibility. It's not to our town council.
It's their totally.
It's their responsibility. And I think that's where you're saying we're about working together and stuff. For me, we pulled away because it's not our responsibility, town council. It is to sort of like keep checking them, get the orders in place and stuff like that. It's not our responsibility to
You
help
do
financially.
know though that all this stuff that's gone missing, all the fitments and the windows,
Belong to the residents.
belong to the congregation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't belong to Oldham Council, so they had no right in letting them off. It belongs to the church up the road because
Well,
most
I
of
don't
the
know
fam-
about this letting
All
off.
belongs
I
to Holy
can't- I
Trinity.
can't speak on it,
Well,
Charlie,
that's
I'll be honest.
grade
I'm
two
not saying
listed
I'm not taking
building.
your word for it, but I can't speak
Yeah,
on it.
that's grade two
I can't
listed
speak on
building
it.
law.
And I know it's great.
Yeah.
It's a travesty.
But we
We've got
never
the
got a
buildings-
meeting,
we've got
so
the
none of
buildings
this
there,
was- we were-
which are dilapidated because of that. So it's, and like I said, I have worked for a lot of good countries. It happens everywhere. It's not just Shaw what's in this mess, you know, or whatever.
You don't
I'm
see
not
a church
interested
like
in-
that anywhere else in
I'm
Oldham.
not interested in
I know you're not,
just
but
Shaw.
I'm
I'm
just
interested in Shaw.
it's as though we're living in a big black hole. We're not. You've got to understand. And
Well, you knew all about that because we explained it. I put it in writing. I don't know how many times to Shaw Council and Oldham
I've been to
Council.
meetings about
And
that
they've
before I
just-
even met you, Charlie, on that situation.
Well, I'm not saying you haven't, but it didn't get anywhere, and I wanted to get
We
somewhere.
met with people who
We never had one meeting. We had who was the first point of contact?
Emma Barton.
Emma Barton never answered one letter. We went to that meeting with you that day. The only meeting we ever got, and all they wanted to do was fish and find out what we knew. They found out what we knew, and then they said, "Well, we'll make Emma Barton your first point of contact," because I complained that nobody was answering any letters, and she was never available.
No, well, if you did want to change your mind and vote for me, Charlie, I could probably try and help you on that one. But I don't know.
I wish I could, Lee,
I'm
because-
stretching it, but you know what I mean. But
Because
that's
from the
what I'm saying.
past, I quite like you, but what's happening now, I
Well,
don't
that's
like.
up to you, but
Yeah.
that's but even so, and I'd still be open on that. If it's a common view of mine, I'd be open with it anyway. So that's all. Anybody else?
John's got a question.
Sorry, John.
What are your views on, especially the Oldham group, repeatedly breaking the no-win principle, and how can the council...
We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
We already asked that question.
Well, he's welcome to us. I'll ask you again. So, the Northern principle, you'll have to just explain a little bit more on the...
Well, they shouldn't be voting, because they didn't say about it before, where they shouldn't be voting with anything for benefit for our friends and family.
Well, that'd happen I don't know that. That'd happen I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I can't comment on it.
Do you know what the Northern principle is?
Well, it's just said it says where you're taking benefit.
No, it's not. It's actually, for councillors, it's the guidance to your own code of conduct. You should know that. Because that's the rules that you're supposed to stick by. You signed it.
But it's not stated as the Northern rules. So.
It is.
Not in my code.
You need to look online, Lee, and look on any government site.
Council, and I haven't signed any others.
You look on any government site, you don't have to sign